Alright, here we have Cash Cow being played on the Switch. Sorry, Cash Cow DX. Courtesy of Flynn's Arcade. I want to thank them very much for the opportunity to cover this game. So this is the second game from the developer of Donut Dodo. And I really don't feel that this game is up to that standard of what we'd expect from this developer. Now, it's not to say this game isn't a decent game. It's not a good game. It's not a great game. It's just a decent game. Let's get into it here. So I'll do it easy because that's all you can do. So turbo mode, endless marathon mode, gold rush mode, gold rush speedrun. Those are all locked. You have to beat easy or normal to unlock those, other than practice. So the easy is all we can do. So this game plays very similar to a game like, game that comes to mind is Mappy, where you have to run around and, in this game, gather the gems, getting all the cash, and avoiding the enemies. Now, much like what you'd find in the arcade-style Donkey Kong, you do have a pickaxe you pick up that'll automatically, like right here, it'll automatically start attacking or start hitting things, and you get points for killing the enemies. And this is something that, as you saw there, does very much have a limited use. You have these shiny rainbow style gems that are worth more than the yellow ones. But this is essentially the game. You just have to run around, gather all the gems, and get 100% of the stage completed before you can move on. Now, one thing that I completely do not like, and I mentioned this to a fellow content creator last night actually, I feel like the cow, when the cow jumps, I feel like it gains 100 pounds midair before it hits the ground. And I truly believe that because when it jumps right, but then it feels like, I'm just gonna hit okay. It feels like it just hits the ground too hard, and it's less of a jump and more of a hop, is what it feels like. Oops, let's go to settings and check the settings real quick here. Yeah, not much to play around with. No cheats, just balls to the wall, hard, arcade style platformer that borrows its inspiration from Mappy. Do I think this is a good game? It's like I said initially, it is a decent game. It doesn't feel like. Well, okay, I'll say this. It was mentioned that it seems like it's a game that came before Donut Dodo. And if I remember correctly, the developer indicated this game was the sequel, or the next game after Donut Dodo. So I feel like this is what we got after Donut Dodo. It may be that this was in development before Donut Dodo. I could see that being a possibility, potentially, because it does have DX in the title, Deluxe. So that's possible. But again, if this was made before Donut Dodo, I can see why it feels the way that it does. But even so, this is the DX version. If this did in fact come before Donut Dodo, and this release came after Donut Dodo, and how much praise Donut Dodo got. I mean, Donut Dodo is said to be the modern, what we believe the modern arcade game should look like and feel like. And I would agree with that statement. So if we got this game after Donut Dodo, but was developed before Donut Dodo, you would think with the DX version that these things like the jumping mechanic would be improved. You'd have, more power-ups than just the one pickaxe. You'd have ways to modify the difficulty. I mean, this is on easy, and I feel like it's on normal. I don't even want to see what hard, what normal looks like. I mean, normal, it seems like it would just be hard. The enemy patterns are completely unpredictable. The jump is, again, more of a hop. You can't really jump over any obstacles very well. Now, without really good timing and just a bit of luck. Actually, excuse me, a little bit of luck. Sorry, a little bit of timing and a lot of luck, is what I should have said. Like that power up there, that should have powered me up to be able to give me invincibility so I can just steamroll over the enemies and gather the diamonds. But no, it still kills you. It just makes it so that the diamonds are worth more, and the more points you pick up, the more chance you have of gaining life. So, would I recommend this game? I would say yes. Just understand what you're going to get yourself into. If you're expecting going into this with Donut Dodo aspirations, don't. Just stuff those in a drawer. Those don't exist. This is definitely not... It is not the spiritual successor to Donut Dodo. It is so much... There's so much missing from this. And I also want to mention that the level design, the levels feel, I'm not gonna say repetitive because they're a bit different from each other, but what I will say is that, whoa, that was close. I just wanted to die there for a second. As you can see here, the next level. The levels do change up quite a bit, but it doesn't change enough to be very memorable. And this is something another content creator brought up, is the fact that the levels are okay, but there's nothing that will really stick with you once you're done playing the game. It's not something you're going to go, oh, these are great levels. The levels in Cash Cow are just awesome. You should check it out. No. What people are going to remember is the steep difficulty this game offers that is a successor to Donut Dodo, but doesn't feel like the quality we would expect from a successor to Donut Dodo. And another thing I want to mention about the level design is that, or the levels in general, is that the levels... So I feel like the developer went, you know what, forget the idea of a difficulty curve. Let's give you a difficulty roller coaster. Because it feels like the levels, like this level goes from pretty frustratingly difficult to get through with the random enemy patterns and the one power-up, to the second level, which is, to me, a lot easier than the first one. And they'll just seem to kind of do that pattern, where some levels will be a lot easier than others. And others will just be like, get good, bro. It's like, it just seems like there's no rhyme or reason as to why some of the levels are more difficult than others. So again, would I recommend getting Cash Cow DX? If you're looking for a fun yet frustrating arcade-style platform experience that's akin to Mappy, pick up Cat Cow Deluxe. If you want the epitome of arcade platforming in the modern age, pick up Donut Dodo. That's what I'm going to say. Cat Cow DX is a good game. It's not a great game. It has a lot of issues. And I will go ahead and review here. Guys, I do want to thank Fun's Arcade for the very much today. I do want to thank you for watching. I do want to thank you for subscribing. And as always, until next time, take care and navigate.